Hi everyone. Okay, so today we are talking ShadowSense. ShadowSense is our cream to powder eyeshadow, and I wanted to show you guys just kind of how I do my my makeup with using ShadowSense. And I'm actually going to show you 8 different ways that you can use our cream to powder product. So first, just really quick, like I said, it's a cream to powder eyeshadow. Comes in a wand, a lot like our lip scents, but I'm actually going to be using brushes for the most part today. So this stuff, each color can be worn individually. They all blend really well together, and they all have our Sonoplex complex in them. So it's that cellular renewal system. So that's going straight on your eyelid, which is great for just kind of overall eye health and look and everything. Okay. So I'm going to show you, like I said, 8 different ways. I did write them down, so you won't have to count with me. But so first things first, what I've already done is put on our Silk, which is a pore and wrinkle minimizer. So I use that as like my my I don't know the word I'm looking for, but, and then I do our medium color corrected tinted moisturizer, and that's all I use for foundation is a tinted moisturizer. And I really I love this stuff. It's not too heavy. I might change my tune here in a couple weeks when it starts to get really dry, but that's all I'm using right now. So that's all I have on my face right now. And I did splurge. I did go and get my eyelashes done. So, but no concealer, no heavy foundation or anything like that. So I'm going to show you how I kind of finish my look using ShadowSense. So first things first is Candlelight. I use Candlelight as to cover up blemishes, and then also for my under eye, kind of a lightener. So, and I've got my mirror down here. Sorry, hopefully you can kind of see as I do this. So I've got just like a little pregnancy acne going on here, and then I like to just do my under eye, and we always V down our underline because we don't just want light right underneath. We want to kind of pull that down from our eye. So I'm just going to kind of blend these in. This is just, I think this is actually a shadow brush, but we're just going to kind of blend them. This actually isn't the brush I usually use. Oh well, okay. And I should do this in my mirror and not in the camera, otherwise, who knows. Okay, so you see that it's just blending in really nicely. The longer you let it set on your face, the more powdery it's going to get, right? Because it is a cream to powder. So I give it just like a few seconds to kind of work up. Okay, so there's my under eye. I luckily do not have too many pregnancy hormones that have not been already addressed by my cleanser and foundation. Okay, so that was Candlelight. I used it on my under eye, and I used it to cover up blemishes. Another color we have is the Sandstone Pearl. It's also just really light, but I think it's more of like a yellow. So I use Candlelight. The Sandstone Pearl is going to be a little bit lighter, so good for highlighting or covering up too if you're just a little bit lighter. So, okay, shadows. I am going to use my Candlelight again. Alright, so that was number 1, under eye and blemishes. So when I do my shadow, I use brushes. So this is Candlelight again. I'm just going to take a little bit off the end here, and then I just use Candlelight as my base, as my eyeshadow base. So, kind of work the corner where I get some of those dark areas. Okay, there's that. Coming back for just a little bit more. Put the lid on. You can kind of see the difference there, under eye and eye. Hopefully you guys can see me do this a little bit. So our cream to powders, it's super easy to work with. I was a little scared of them at first. But they're just, I mean, they're really easy to blend. There's absolutely no fallout, right? So for newbies who are maybe new to eyeshadow, there's no fallout or any eyeshadow dropping onto my under eye that I'm going to have to go back and clean up, which is really nice too. Okay, so moving on with my eyeshadow, I also use, I'm going to use a little bit of Mocha Java. Just the regular Mocha Java also comes in a shimmer, which is really pretty, but we're just going to the grocery store later, so I'm just going to use my Mocha Java. So I'm going to use a crease brush, so I'm just taking a little bit off of there, and I'm just doing this in my creases. I've got pretty big open eyes, so I do like to get a little bit of color in my crease just to give my eye a little bit of shape, I guess, if you will. So just going back for a touch more. So do you see how much I'm using? Like, out of this tube, this stuff is going to last me forever. And like our Lip Sense, it's got great shelf life, so you don't need to be worrying about like any ickies growing in there in a couple months, you know? So as long as you are, you know, it's kind of like a catch-22. Like if you have a product that you don't need a ton of, but it doesn't have a good shelf life, that doesn't really do you any good. So this is both. You don't need a ton of it, and it's got the shelf life to match. So there is Mocha Java in my crease. I'm going to jump to number 3, my third reason that I use ShadowSense for, and that is for my eyebrows. So I just recently, if anyone actually like does makeup and they're watching this video, they're going to think I'm an absolute lunatic because I don't do makeup. I do my own makeup. So I just recently started doing my brows. So if you're watching this and thinking, huh, well, that's interesting. Yeah. So I just come back with my brow brush, take a little Mocha Java. I don't like a really dramatic brow look on myself, so I just use Mocha Java. Another great color that gals use for their brows quite a bit is Garnet, and I don't have one up here, but it's just a little bit richer, deeper brown. So that's what I'm doing there. Go back and grab a little bit more from my other side, and all I'm doing here is just kind of getting it onto the hairs. So I'm not necessarily like recreating the wheel here, recreating the brow. I'm just using the hairs that I have there to kind of grab onto some of this pigment. Okay. And then just use my brow brush just to kind of, okay, and it's not going anywhere, right? I can come all the way up here. It's not going to be on my forehead. Okay, so that was number 3, brows. Just a little bit more defined, slightly crooked, but a little bit more defined. Okay, so what number am I on? And where did, oh, it's in here. I'm looking for the lid. It's already in there. Okay, so number 3, actually I'm going to do, I'm going to work on my shadow a little bit more. This is Mulberry. So it's just kind of a lighter pink. I used to like use pinks a lot. I think it just looks really nice with kind of lighter eyes, green eyes and everything. So I've got, what brush do I want this? So this is Mulberry again, just taking a little bit on my shadow brush. And so I like to use Mulberry a lot on my eyes too because I use it other places throughout my face, which you will see. So I'm just kind of coming back over here and into my crease a little bit just to give it a little more dimension, a little bit more color. There we go. Break up some of the brown tones. Okay. The other way that I use Mulberry is as blush. So, got my tube out, got my blush brush. I'm just kind of take very little from the side of the tube here and then just blush on. Grab a little bit more for the other side. It's hard to do your makeup in your camera, so forgive me. Hopefully you can see me enough. I don't often wear blush, but yeah, it's kind of fun sometimes just to kind of break up. Okay, so there is Mulberry. Love it on my cheeks as blush. That is number 1, 2, 3. Is that 4 that's number 4. Okay. So I'm going to come back and grab my, I think I'm going to come back. Let's contour and highlight. So number 5 and 6, I think. 5 and 6. Okay. So I'm going to use Mocha Java again to contour. Again, I don't contour a ton. I'm not going to do a ton today because, like I said, we're going to the grocery store. But Mocha Java is great for contouring. You can contour along the side of your nose. We can contour down here. I probably should have done this before my blush, but that's okay. All right, so we're just going to, oh, that's my blush brush. And like I said, that's not usually the brush I use. I usually use kind of like a denser brush. I might have to use this one. Okay. So just kind of doing a little bit of contouring. This is not something I do on a daily basis, but just to kind of show you that it can be done. Oh, kind of got like some Halloween makeup going on. Can you guys hear my kids screaming, "Mommy," in the background? Sorry. Okay. Okay, so we can contour with ShadowSense. We can also highlight. So, like I said, Candlelight is great for highlighting. Candlelight's great for contouring, highlighting. That's what I'm going to use today. You can also use the Sandstone Pearl is also great for highlighting. And then Snow, believe it or not, this is white. This is great. You probably don't believe me, so I'm going to show you. This one can also be used for highlighting. So I'm just going to kind of bring some up here. Kind of got a little heavy, so I'm going to do down the nose. I guess not too much there. And a touch above there. Okay, let's see if I can get this blended in. Oh, the joy of video. So, obviously you can use your fingers for any of this. Or brushes, whatever you prefer. Okay, so that's Snow, and that's how I've used it, just to do some highlighting. My phone is flashing at me because I think it's going to end here. Yep, it did end. Okay, so I just finished up highlighting with Snow and Candlelight. I brought it here. We did some contouring with Mocha Java along my cheekbones, and here we've done blush. Okay, so next, so we've covered blemishes and under eye, we've used shadow, we've done my eyebrows, we did my blush, we contoured, we highlighted. So 7 and 8 reasons I told you. So number 7 is as eyeliner. So I'm going to use Onyx, aptly named. This is just our black ShadowSense. The brush I use, I think it's actually a lip brush, but I like that it's just a little bit thicker. It kind of helps me, it gives me something to hold on to. So lip brush, and just kind of get some Onyx up the side. I've had some gals tell me that they're like afraid to use brushes. They only ever use pencils. Well, it's just like holding a pencil. So, this is the tricky part. You get to watch me struggle through my eyeliner. Okay. And you can get some really, obviously, kind of fun winged looks. Again, we're going to the grocery store, so won't do anything too crazy for y'all. And turns out I can't talk when I'm putting eyeliner on. Sorry. Okay. There is eyeliner using Onyx ShadowSense. So I usually don't do bottom eyeliner, to be honest. I guess I kind of miss this. Sometimes I'll use Mocha Java and I'll use my I'll actually use my brow brush just to kind of bring some color to that bottom lid without being too dramatic. I know sometimes eyeliner can kind of make your eyes look smaller, and I've got pretty big round eyes, so not that I'm afraid of that, but just for something a little less dramatic. So that was Mocha Java on my under. Okay, last thing. So far we've used ShadowSense for 7 different things, and the last thing ShadowSense can be used for is our lips. I do have, this is our, that's not it, this is ShadowSense. This is our Lash Sense. I'm sorry, I lost my words there. This is our Lash Sense. It is mascara. I don't put it up in my uppers because like I said, I got my lashes done, but I do still put a little mascara on my bottom. It's hard to do when you're looking down. I guess I can try and use this instead. What I love about our lash sense, so I used to use this on all my lashes until I splurged, but it's a great building mascara. So you can put this on in the morning, and then if you want to touch up, you know, do more coats to get going, or touch up later in the day. Oh my gosh, is this gonna crash on me again? Oh, I have to hurry. Okay, but I use, so mulberry, I have it on my eyes, I have it on cheeks, and now I'm gonna put it on my lips. So what I like to do is first start with just like a first layer on my lips. I'm gonna stop this, and then I'm gonna go again. And I'm back. 3 times the charm. Okay, so this is, oh, this is Bravo. This is not what I wanted. Where is my Bombshell? Okay, so like I said, I'm going to use Mulberry on my lips. I like to sandwich it in between colors, and I'm just going to use Bombshell to do that because it's just a really light neutral color. So putting on my first layer of lip sense, I have clean, dry lips. Here we go. Okay, so that is Bombshell, right? It shouldn't be a huge difference, just a really light color, which is what I'm going for, because I want to be highlighting my color with Mulberry. So just to recap, 8 ways that I use ShadowSense today. So I used it to cover blemishes and my under eye. I used it for shadow, obviously. I filled in my brows with it. I did my eyeliner with it. I did my blush with it. I contoured, I highlighted, and now I'm using it as my lip color. And I think this is a great way, again, one of the reasons I love Mulberry, because I think this is a great way just to kind of like bring the look together. In my Bombshell, I'm like shaking my ShadowSense. You don't need to shake your ShadowSense. But just a great way to bring it all together. So I'm still going to wipe my wand off pretty well because I don't want to overdo it on that, but and the shadow is a little different, right? It's not like the lip sense. I can go back over it if I need to. Okay, so that is a layer of Mulberry. Great, and I'm gonna let that dry really well before I put on my last layer of Bombshell over the top. But shadows are a fun way to get just kind of like a more matte look. I know that's really popular right now, more of that matte color. Okay, so just to kind of seal everything in, I'm gonna make sure everything's pretty dry. Not not coming off my finger. Okay, and then I'm going to do my last layer of Bombshell. You can layer ShadowSense with any color of lip sense. I just like to I picked something light because I really wanted to highlight the mulberry. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. Oh my gosh, my phone is flashing at me again. Okay, so I'll let that dry really well. And then I've got matte gloss as well. Okay, like I said, matte gloss. Going on. And there. I am done with my 8 ways to wear ShadowSense look. Pretty great, huh? Got my eyes done, got my blush done, I'm all contoured, and my lips are ready to go. Pretty awesome. So, shadows are $22 plus tax and shipping. But as you can see, these babies have a wide range of capabilities and possibilities. We've got a bunch of different colors. I'm trying to talk Ben into letting me do his duck hunting makeup. So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll be able to show you that with shadows. So there, 8 ways to wear ShadowSense. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to order.